What do I do every day? Yeah, that's a great question. You know, every executive director, I think every leader of an organization has their own style. Coming from more of a business background and a operational kind of background, you know, what I'm doing may be different than what other executive directors were doing. And my role right now is to, well, as you can imagine, was primarily first to wind down the organization, to go through this kind of hibernation for the last year. We did some restructuring during that period, and now we're ramping back up for reopening. As you can see, we're reopening now. So, you know, a lot of what I'm doing right now is very operational, trying to build the relationships with board members that I report to, the campus, which we work very closely with, the new and existing members of the team that, you know, we have to be on the same page and all rowing in the same direction, and you know, getting them comfortable with my management style and how we want to work. And so, you know, my day right now is a lot of kind of operational business things. You have to have the perspective of coming into a 90-year-old institution where you have extremely passionate alumni. I mean, there's the community, everyone I meet in this community cares so deeply about this place. Although my previous two roles were more about being kind of a change agent, and you need to come in and turn this organization around, and we generally have to do those kind of things quickly. You know, coming into this environment, you had to take a pause and say, well, before I start running off and making all these changes and talking about missions and mission statements and visions and these big strategic goals, you better stop, listen, and understand what you're coming into first. In the executive director office, there's a bookcase that has, I think, 5 blue books that are all oral histories from the previous executive directors. And so the first task when I walked in there was I just grabbed volume 1, put it on my desk, and just started reading and hearing, you know, the stories and understanding what it was all about. I haven't completed all the volumes yet. But that was one way to do it, was just read all these oral histories. The second was we set up, we called them salons at the time, but we got 4 or 5 alumni from the golden age back in the 1940s all the way up until now. And so we virtually had these salons where I had 5 alumni, and it was just a conversation. You know, tell me about your time. Why is iHouse so special to you? What are the things that you remember? What are the things you hope I never change? iHouse isn't broke; it doesn't need to be fixed, but there's lots of opportunities to bring change. And so, before doing that with an uneducated, I think, view, it was trying to educate myself as much as I can and listen to people and let them voice their concerns and their suggestions. And there was some really great suggestions, you know, on things that we could be doing differently to make sure that we're still relevant in 90 more years.